Hello, or a very good afternoon, or a good morning, or a good evening to all the persons who are watching this vlog. And this is your Mumtaz Mariam here. Shorts ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചതാണ് പക്ഷെ നടന്നില്ല. Then I changed my mind and I'm doing a vlog right now in front of you. And today it's about an education law. It's about UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, and we will be talking about how we can apply for UPSC. And the language, it will be purely English for the sake of all the viewers who are watching this. And let's get started. Now I'm sharing my screen. Those who want to go for this particular stream, that is this UPSC, or those people who want to give the UPSC exam, that is Union Public Service Commission exam, they can actually move forward by watching this video. And this video, it gives you a complete detail of how the UPSC select the candidates for the recruiting purpose, or rather how the UPSC recruits the candidates for the civil services. Especially in UPSC category, we will be talking about the or the the exorbitant service in the Indian government, that is the civil services. So we'll be talking about civil services, and let me share my screen now. Right? Yes. Yes. It's in front of you. UPSC is in front of you, I think. Yeah. So the post, I think now you can see my screen. The posts that are offered by the UPSC, let's get started. Post offered by the UPSC, we can see now Group A. We can actually consider it as a Group A services. That is the Indian Administrative Service. Most of the candidates who are giving the civil services want to go for this Indian Administrative Service. Second is the Indian Foreign Service. Okay, and third it is Indian Police Service. Then it is Indian P&T Accounts and Finance Service, and it is under the Group A category. Indian Audit and Account Service, we can call by the name IA and AS, Indian Audit and Account Services. Okay, and the Indian Revenue Service, it's dealing with customs and general excise, and it's under the Group A services, right? And Indian Defense Account Service, it is also under Group A. Then it is Indian Revenue Service and IT, that is also under Group A. Indian Ordnance Factory Service, Assistant Works Manager, Administration, etc. under Group A. And Indian Postal Services, it is under Group A. And Indian Civil Account Services under Group A. And Indian Railway Traffic Service under Group A. And Indian Railway Account Service under Group A. So you can see here that so many posts are offered by the UPSC. So we have to actually grab the opportunity given by the UPSC under the category civil services. Okay, next we are actually going to, yeah. So and the 14th one, it is there are 24 services that are under the civil services. So there is 14 one is Indian Railway Personnel Service, and the 15 one is the Post of Assistant Security Commission Railway Protection Force, and 16 one is Indian Defence Estate Group, and the 17 one is Indian Information Officer. It's at a junior grade. Okay, it is also under Group A, and Indian Trade Services under Group. It is Tier 3 service, and Indian Corporate Law Services, it is also under Group A. And under Group B, we can actually see the Armed Forces Headquarters Civil Service, and the Delhi, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep and Haveli Civil Service. Delhi, Andaman, Nicobar, it is under Group B. And Pondicherry Civil Service is also there, and Pondicherry Police Services, it is also there. So the UPSC has categorized its post into 24 categories in which we can choose whatever we want according to our rank. Okay, um, so let's get started with what is UPSC and how It is for the youth of the country. I think, what is this actually? I think that some of the slides are not working, but let me check. It's a 44, right? Oh, sorry. Second, third, and this fourth one. I think fourth slide is not working. So let's move forward. So what is the selection process? So you can here see that. See, let's change the color of the pen. Notification will be given by UPSC in the month of January, and you can actually attend the civil service prelim exam in the May. Okay, so the civil services is having three stages. That is the prelims. Next is the mains and the interview. Okay, so these three, it involves a three stage. Civil service actually involves three stages. And you have to give the civil service prelim exam. And if you're selected, you can give the mains exam. That means if you're eligible, you can give the main exam. And if you're eligible to give the interview, then you can give it in the March. And the results that will publish in the May. And UPSC it's having a special website. You may know that upsc.nic.com. So actually, in this way, the selection process it's going on. UPSC. And actually, I think the sixth slide is not also working. Let me go for the seventh slide. Do not know actually why these slides are not working. Some of them are not working. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the inconvenience made by me. Okay, now let's go for the criteria. You see the eligibility criteria is there for the UPSC, and let's check it by the category wise. Okay, that means let's check the eligibility criteria by uh, category wise. And when we are looking at the general, that means general is always considered as open. And degree from a recognized university is required by all the categories to give this particular prestigious exam. And this is one of the most common thing that we can find here. For the general, the age. As on first tag, August it will consider your birth, your age. And for general, you can actually give your exam between 21 to 30 years, and after that you cannot give. 4 attempts till you attain the age of 30 years. Okay, only you can only give the 4 attempts, but it's not an accurate data. You can actually give the 6 attempts and till you attain the age of 30 years. And here you can actually in the OBC category between 21 to 33 years, and you can actually give 9 attempts till you attain the age of 33 years. And for SC or ST, degree from recognized university is required, and between 21 to 35 years, unlimited attempts till you attain the age of 25 years. So uh, you can actually go for unlimited attempts if you are under the SC or ST category. That means scheduled caste or scheduled tribe. And there's actually a mark here. Candidates in their final year of graduation can apply for this prestigious examination conducted by the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, India. So actually, everyone can give. Uh, that means the students who are studying can also give for this examination, can actually apply for this examination. That means the candidates, you can here see the statement that is candidates in their final year of graduation can also apply. So it means it's wonderful if you can actually do so. uh, so next we are going to see the another slide. Yeah, so there's so many categories now also, right? So when we are going for the physically handicapped, degree from recognized university is required by all. and it is 21 to 40 years. Okay, and number of attempts allowed, 7 attempts it belongs to general category, and as per the rules of category they belong to. Okay, and if you are an ex-serviceman, degree from a recognized university is required, and between 21 to 35 years you can actually give it. And as per the rules of the category, we actually these ex-servicemen belong to. If they're belonging to OPC, they can give 9 attempts. If they belong to SC or ST, they can actually give so many attempts. Uh, till they are 35. So of Jammu and Kashmir domicile, when you're looking at this particulars, you know Jammu and Kashmir is having so many importance right nowadays also. So degree from recognized university it's required, and between 21 to 35 years they can actually give this particular examination, and as per the rules of the category they belong to. I also already its number of attempts is solely, they are solely depend upon the rules of category they belong to. And let's go for the next thing. And why civil services? This is one of the most questions that I am fascinated with. That is, why are you going for civil services? This is one of the major questions that the interview board will ask you if you are going to attend the prestigious interview of the civil services. They will definitely ask you why the civil services and what is civil services to you. And what will you answer? And you may answer that it's a prestigious career option for youth in India, but it's not a career option, but it's actually a feeling or an emotion actually that has covered many minds, or that is in many minds. So that actually, what to say, I don't know, but I say that this is an emotion. The CS, the ICS, that it means the Indian Civil Services, it's of course an emotion that is actually pursued in many minds to actually do something to the society. That means the good deeds to the society. And let's get started with the topic, that is the why civil services. And duties of that was actually for a warm up. And next is duties of an IAS officer. Oh, let me actually go up with some of the beautiful colors. Yeah, duties of an IAS officer. The Indian Administrative Service. It is the executive branch actually of the government of Republic of India. You actually know that, and the offices of IAS play a major role in managing the bureaucracy of both the union government and the state government, with its office holding strategic posts. And functions of what are the functions of IAS officer? It is policy formulation, policy implementation, civil administration. Actually, what this IAS means, Indian Administrative Service, and why the need for the administration? See, everywhere in this world, or every institution in this world, need an administrating agency or something like that, or an administrative branch. So that's why the Indian Administrative Service is needed in our country. And advisors, they are actually the advisors to ministers, the cabinet secretary of India, the chief secretary of a state, right? And the principal secretary or something like that of particular departments. We can do so many things to the public itself. And managing the bureaucracy, that means managing the center and the state, is one of the main important functions, or the significant functions of the IAS officer. And now let's go move forward with the this is the duties of IPS officer. It's simply maintaining the public peace and order, crime prevention, everything like that. And they can also be part of the Indian intelligence agencies like the research and analysis wing, and the intelligence bureau, and of course the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, and the crime investigation department, that is the CID, and the Indian Federal Law Enforcement Agency, the civil and armed police services. in all the states and the union services, and leading and commanding the paramilitary forces of India. And they can also join the Border Security Force and the Central Reserve Police Force, that is the CRPF, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, and National Security Guard, and Vigilance Organization, Indian Federal Law Enforcement Agencies, etc. So there are so many things. They can actually join the CBI, CID, or the RO, that means the Research and Analysis Wing, everything like that. So there are so many opportunities if you want to be an IPS officer, right? And serve as the head of the departments and policy making, ministry departments, everything like that. Uh, Actually, what are the qualities needed for this particular service? It is that the courage, the uprightness, the dedication, and a strong sense of service to people. This is what this is the peculiar qualities needed for an IPS officer in our country. And the next we are going to see, next slide is not working, so we are going to see the pattern of the civil services examination. Right. So we are actually going to see the prelims exam pattern. And in prelims, you will be given two papers. First one is the paper one, and second one is the paper two. Right. And in paper one, the subject is general studies. That means it will be 200 marks. First paper will contain the 200 marks. That is 2 hours. So there will be 100 questions, right? Each question is carrying 2 marks in the paper one. And paper two, it is general aptitude, that means CSAT, that means civil services aptitude test. And it's about aptitude, and you will be given so many questions related to the mental ability. And each questions, and you will have I think you will have how much questions, 80 questions, and each questions containing I think 0. I actually do not know how much it is. 200 marks, something like that. I do not know. Uh, I do not know how. And it will come. You will have 80 questions, and the total marks will be 200 marks. Actually, the UPSC is changing the marks for each question every year, so we cannot say anything regarding, or we cannot assure anything regarding the CSAT paper. So this is the pattern of the prelims exam. After giving these two, and CSAT, it is completely you know it's an eligibility test. You have to score only 30% to actually pass the CSAT exam, but you have to score above 160 marks in the general studies to actually be in the mains rank list, right? So let's move forward. And this prelims exam is conducted in May each year, and there are only multiple choice or objective tests will be asked, and negative marking will be there, right? And if a candidate gives more than what, it will be treated as a wrong answer. If a question is left blank, no answer given, but there will be no penalty. Passing criteria, 12 to 13 times of number of results are expected in 30 to 40 days. So after the prelims exam, you can actually expect the results in 30 to 40 days. Okay, so and the syllabi for prelim exam, if you want, actually you can paper for paper ones. Do you want actually? Yes, I will give that. So current events of national and international importance, that means the newspaper. Okay. And history of India and international movement, history, India and world geography, Indian polity and governance, and economic and social development. And economy, it's actually studying the economics. It is very, very essential than studying this history, geography, and all those things, because the questions from economics, it contains much more than the questions from the history, geography, or sociology, etc. So economics, it is actually a key factor in deciding your rank, and the general issues on environmental ecology, biodiversity, climate change that do not require subject specialization, and general science will also be there, and you can actually refer the NCRT science books, right? NCRT. Okay, and you can refer some of the selected chapters of the, this 11th and 12th. And for prelim exam, that is general aptitude for the CSAT paper, and English you have to, you have to practice the reading comprehension, English language comprehension skills, and interpersonal skills, including the communication skills. And the reasoning, under the reasoning, logical reasoning and analytical ability is there. Decision making and problem solving is also there, and general mental ability is also there. And mathematics, under the mathematics, basic numeracy. That it means the numericals that you have studied till your class 10th will be asked, right? And data interpretation, that it means charts, graphs, tables, and data sufficiency, etc. Actually, this can be easily done by the students who are studying the economics, because they are associated with all these things, right? Okay, actually clear the whole screen. Sorry, let me actually clear the whole screen. Okay. And mains exam pattern, those who clear the prelims exam, they are eligible to appear for mains exam. Forms for the main will be sent by UPSC. All 9 papers in the mains exam, they are subjective tests. These are 3 key points. Okay, these are 3 key points. And mains exam pattern, you can actually, for the paper 1, these 2 are qualifying papers. And for the paper 1, you will be given one of the Indian language. So you have to choose one of the Indian language, whether it is Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, or Marathi, or Bhojpuri, or something like that. You can actually select, or Sanskrit. Some of them are also selecting Sanskrit, Arabic. You can select any of the. No, you cannot select actually this Arabic. You can actually select SME, SMEs, everything like that, and you can actually write the exam in this particular paper, and in that particular language in this particular paper. And paper 2, it contains only English, so you have to actually present your language skills in both these papers. That means the paper 1 and paper 2, and solely these 2 papers contain 600 marks. So language skills plays an important role in deciding your rank. It's critical to prepare thoroughly. Only if you clear these 2 papers, remaining papers are evaluated, and English is mandatory. The marks obtained will not be conducted in the final ranking. So, the one thing that is very crucial is that the mark obtained in these 2 papers, that is the paper 1 and 2, it will not be counted in the final ranking. That means these 2 are qualifying papers, and only if you clear these 2 papers, remaining papers will be evaluated by the UPSC. So you should understand the importance or the significance of these 2 papers when coming to this mains examination of the civil services. And there are 9 papers, and we will be telling about the rest. For the rest 7 papers, and paper 3, it contains the essay, and essay contains 200 marks. Essay, you have to write an essay. English essay, whether you can write the essay in English, or you can write the essay in or you can write the either you can write the essay in English, or you can write the essay in Hindi, or you can even choose Malayalam or some regional languages that you like. And paper 4, it contains the general studies. That means it contains 300 marks. Paper 5 contains general studies. It also contains 300 marks. And paper 6, it is optional subject, paper 1. And paper 7, it's optional subject, paper 2. And paper 8, it is optional subject 2, paper 1. And paper 9, it is optional subject 1, paper. That means you can actually choose 2 optional subjects. you're actually choosing it, you can actually give this, or you can actually choose one optional subject and give examination for this one optional subject, and you can give these four papers. So optional papers are playing a very important role in deciding your rank. That means you can actually score 1200 marks from these optional papers out of the 2300 marks plus this interview. And in the interview test you will be assessed out of the 300 marks. And a list of optional subjects that we are going to actually see here is agriculture, animal husbandry and veterinary, and anthropology. This is actually, a favorite optional subject of all the actually young civil servants who actually pass the civil services examination. And botany, chemistry, civil engineering, commerce and accountancy. You can also choose the accountancy, and the next is economics, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical science and philosophy, physics, political science and international relations, and PSIR. Okay. This is one of the favorite subject, and psychology, public administration. Sociology is also one of the favorite subject among the uh, you know among the aspirants. And statistics, zoology and literature. Literature is also one of the favorite subjects. And next going for the mains exam pattern. You cannot actually, sorry, I'm very much sorry. You cannot actually choose these type of combination. Political science and international relation and public administration you cannot choose. And commerce and accountancy and management you cannot choose. And anthropology with the sociology you cannot choose. Mathematics and statistics you cannot choose. Agricultural and animal husbandry and veterinary science you cannot choose. And management and public administration you cannot. Of the engineering subject, more than one subject. So animal husbandry and so you cannot choose these following. So many of them tend to take this anthropology and sociology together, but it's not actually applicable because it's anthropology, it's another form of sociology. So you cannot actually go for that. And next is the interview. Uh, the house that will be giving the interview. It is Thalpur House, New Delhi, and only those qualifying the mains exam they will be actually someone for the interview. And the number of candidates will be someone for the interview. It will be about twice the number of vacancies to be filled. Interview will be for 30 to 60 minutes. Sometimes it will be 30, sometimes it will be 40, sometimes it will be 50 to 55, and interview panel would include retired judges. So there will be a retired judge in your panel, and retired colonel will be there, and ex-vice chancellor of university and subject matter expert will be there. And a psychologist also. Psychologist will be there. Okay, to assess your behavior. And the skills judged in the interview round, you have to actually know about this particular thing, because many of them they are actually able to crack this prelims and the mains, but they are not actually able to crack this interview. Why is it so? Because you should be yourself, be you in that particular interview. Do not try to imitate a person, or do not try to attain new skills during your interview period, because actually accept yourself and speak the truth. And if you speak the lie things now, and if you are lying, they will actually catch you, because I already told you that there's a psychologist there in the interview panel, right? And smart and witty answers, clarity of expression, grasp of the narrative and argument, reasoning ability, appreciation of different points of view, awareness and concern for socio-economic problems, ranges and depth of interest and personal attributes relevant to interaction with people, in-depth knowledge of the optional subject. This is one of the particular thing. If you're choosing your optional subject, you should have in-depth knowledge of that particular thing. Okay. What about the next? Interview sample questions I'm actually giving here for you. Why do you want to become a civil servant? This is one of the golden questions. So actually, one thing you have to do is that when you're aspiring for the civil service, first ask yourself that why do you want to become a civil servant? And that's one of the most important question, the most golden question that will be asked by the interview board, and the most common question that will be asked by the public. So what are the problems faced by the wheat cultivators in your state? This is one of the most important. And is there a law emphasis which is relevant to administration? Yes, of course. I say that there's a law, Newton's third law. That is, for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. Like that. Don't you think you can serve your country better by remaining a doctor and treating poor patients? Why do you want to become a civil servant? So this is one of the golden questions asked by the UPSC not one time, but twice, thrice, or quadruple times, right? So 26 slide is missing. And 5-step program, it's something. Stage 1, it's test, paper. I actually told about all the things. This is a detailed thing given by them, and so this is all about the civil services or the civil service examination. Hope to see you next time with another video, and I hope you have enjoyed it. You have benefited from this video, and try to share with all your friends who are aspiring for the UPSC, especially the civil services, and subscribe my channel for more videos like this. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe the video, and help others by actually sharing the video. So let's meet another time with another beautiful video. Until then, this is Mumtaz Mariam signing off from my YouTube channel.